welcome to today's webinar. We're going to talk about stress, posture, and flow. So hi, my name is Audrey Meyer. So I'm super excited about today's webinar because I really wanted to talk about flow. So flow states, and I want to talk about flow state and the link between stress and posture. And you guys will understand while we're going through the webinar. So why I want to talk about flow today and what the heck is flow, right? So today, this time, flow is pretty important because I believe flow is the opposite of fear. And I believe that you're able to eliminate fear by hacking the flow state. So I'm going to give you through that webinar some tools so you can feel at your best in your body and in your mind and find that flow state. So by the end of the webinar, you'll understand the relation between flow states, your posture and stress, and how to cultivate that flow state and enjoy the benefit. So first, let me just tell you a little bit about myself, because I know some of you guys know me, but some don't know me. And I also want to tell you the reason I want to talk about flow states. So my name is Audrey Meyer. I'm French. And I have been a fitness and nutrition coach for nearly 20 years. I have also been looking for peak performance for a while. So as you probably know, I've been competing in the kitesurfing world tour for 10 years, and I'm still highly involved in extreme sports, which means I'm training daily in and out of the water. And I'm dealing with flow and trying to perform at my best during stressful time, because when you're competing or when you have big waves crashing over your head, you definitely want to avoid fear and find that flow state. So today my mission is to help human beings feeling the best in the body and in the mind. This way they can perform at their best, and it doesn't matter the age, the sex, or the limiting belief, because oftentimes there's a lot of limiting belief that doesn't allow us to do things. So 2 years ago, I went to Montreal in Canada in the Soma Training Institute, and I studied a program which really made a difference in my coaching career. So I have since helped many athletes. Let me change the page. I have helped high performance athletes, like you can see on the sides, Jessica Perez BB, she's a pro fitness. I have helped some pro kitesurfer, some people with injury, pregnant women, and people in general who needed to rebalance the body and the mind to function better. I actually have friends, 2 chiropractors and 1 osteopath, who are joining my work and highly enjoying it. You can see a couple of testimonials. For example, Mark Camino, she's a chiropractor, which I'm working with oftentimes. So let's start digging into flow. And what the heck is flow? So flow is when you are completely immersed in a task. So everything around you, every action, or every movement, every thought follows from the previous one. Okay, let me explain you this a little better. Your entire well-being is involved in what you are doing. You're completely focused into your own progress and what's going on right now, right here with what you are doing. And you also can lose the time, the notion of time, and you are doing something that you love. So when you are, and that's why it's so important and why I want to talk today about flow, when you are in flow, in that flow state, we also call it in the zone. When you are into that flow state, well-being is increased, creativity is increased, productivity is increased. So when you are in a flow, you are at your optimal performance. That's when you are in control, when you perform at your best. Also, when athletes break records, you've probably seen a video picture of the Olympic Games, how like those guys running, they're really into their zone. In flow, there's no place for fear. There's no place for doubt. And there's no place for hesitation, right? It's a mental state. So as I say, you fully engage in an activity, you fully energized, focused, and in total enjoyment of the process. Like I say, it's known as being in the zone. So when you think about athletes like Michael Jordan, for example, or taking over a game, or Lord Hamilton, big wave surfer, surfing 80-foot waves, 80, not 18, 80-foot waves. So why not getting more of that, right? Why not try to reach more and cultivate that flow state? So that's what I want to help you to do today. So there's a couple of ways to cultivate that flow state. So first of all, you need to choose an activity you enjoy doing. So it could be gardening, it could be painting, it could be playing music. I just started playing ukulele. It doesn't have to be a sport, it doesn't have to be an extreme activity, right? Just do something you enjoy doing. You also want to be challenged by it, which means if, for example, this is your comfort zone, right? When you do this activity, you want to be like a little bit outside of that comfort zone, right? So which means you want to be challenged about what you're doing. So you don't want to be challenged too much, because otherwise you're creating stress and you're creating anxiety, and you won't be able to get into that flow state of mind. So you want to keep it a little bit outside of your comfort zone. You also want to be practicing what you're doing. For example, first time I learned I played ukulele, it's just, I was not good, and I was not in my flow. I was not finding my flow. But then by practicing over and over and over, I was getting into the steps of entering my flow. Also very important, you want to clear away distraction to stay focused. We are not supposed to multitask, even though we do it all the time. So for example, right now, my dogs are in another room, my phone is off, I'm completely focused on you guys on the webinar, right? So I really can create this flow state. And last, and I think most important, is breathing. Okay, breathing triggers flow and help you reaching that flow state of mind. So how do we want to actually cultivate that breath? But first, just let me go back a little bit. The reason breathing allows us to connect to flow is because there's a direct connection to a mind and a heart through the vagus nerve, right? You guys probably heard about the vagus nerve. I don't want to go into too much detail. You can Google and read about. Learning to breathe consciously give you the tools to control your mind and calm your nervous system, which is really important when you want to cultivate that flow state. So how can we improve our breathing, right? We want to get into that flow state of mind and we want to breathe better. So how can we improve our breathing? Couple different ways. Breathing exercise, of course, very important. I love my breathing exercise. There are many. I here put my three favorite one: diaphragm breathing, box breathing, and Kapalabhati. It's also called a skull shining breath, which you can do in yoga. I don't want to go into details about breathing exercise, otherwise we'll be sitting here for hours. But I'm probably going to be doing a webinar about breathing because it's so important. Today, I want to talk about posture and mobility. Okay, I want to help you guys to improve posture. This way we can really work into that flow, into that mind flow state. So first of all, before improving what is good and what is bad posture, what is posture and what is good posture? So here you have 5 different posture. The one on the right, you see good posture. The 4 other on left, poor posture. So good posture, according to the American Physical Therapy Association, define a good standing posture, like the guy on the right, as an alignment from your ears, shoulder, hips, knees, and ankle when you're visible from the side, like this guy on the picture. So good posture will keep you born and you join in a correct alignment. This way your muscle can be set properly and work properly. So all the other picture of poor posture, and there are many poor posture, can create some risk and have a bad effect. So here are a couple of pictures of poor posture that we have done it, that we see daily. Okay, so here, for example, common poor posture. For example, if you look at the guy on the right, you can see that when you tilt your head forward of 60 degrees, it creates 60 pounds of weight on your skeleton, which means that's the reason you understand that poor posture can create back, neck, and shoulder pain. There's a lot of other negativity about negative effect of bad posture. For example, poor circulation, because it's keeping your body from receiving the necessary blood circulation it requires. Also, constricted nerve. I'm sure you guys woke up at night having your finger tingling, right? You probably experienced that before. Poor posture can also create migraine, headache, jaw pain for that same reason that you see here. Yeah, let me go back. Here we go. Good. And so poor posture has also a huge effect on the immune system. So here we go. Why I want to talk about the immune system? Because the nerve that runs from your spine, the nerve goes to all the organs and muscle and system in the rest of your body. So poor posture leaves your body in a chronic state of high stress on your nervous system. It means you're overworking your adrenal glands, creating more cortisol, which are the stress level, and shutting down the parasympathetic nervous system. So here you have a picture, guys, of the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So when your sympathetic nervous system is overacting, what happens? Blood pressure increase, heart rate increase, inflammation increase, blood sugar increase, brain alertness increase, digestion, boom. Poor digestion over time can create a nutrition deficit. Okay, so a lower immune system leaves you more susceptible, you guys understand, to get cold, flu, and even infection. So your posture has a huge effect on the immune system. Also, when your sympathetic nervous system is becoming overactive, your body is working in overdrive, right? It's like your car, the red warning. And you can produce a lot of secondary effects, which leads to stress because your body just has to work so much harder. So this is one of the major negative effects of bad posture. Bad posture or poor posture also affects your breathing. All right, you see now the link where I'm going with flow. Why? Because your rib cage can't expand properly when you have a poor posture, you're all closed here. So it's affecting the amount of air you're taking into your lungs when you're breathing, right? So when your lungs can't perform as well, your tissue, including your heart and your brain, do not receive as much oxygen to function optimally. So low energy for the entire body, because just your body has to work harder. So what does cause us to have a bad posture, right? Life. Yes, life gets on the way, and it's a day-by-day struggle. It's the effect of gravity and poor daily habits leads to bad posture. But bad posture can also come from injury, right? Muscle contraction or imbalance. For example, if you have a thigh psoas, you might have lumbar lordosis in your lumbar spine. So do you think bad posture or poor posture can be reversed? Yes, it can. And most of the time, it's actually easy to fix. So people can lose the thigh muscle, for example, and remove the fibrous scar tissue that have been formed over the year. And you can do a couple exercises which will allow you to reverse the effect of bad posture. Do you think it's able to maintain a good posture? Yes, for the same reason. And you know what? I know because I've seen it. And I see it. Oh, we're a little ahead. I've seen it. It's possible to maintain a good posture. I work together with people, and I love when they tell me about the improvement and how they feel, and that they feel so good working with my methods. So I want to create some awareness, my friend. I want to create some awareness and share my secret sauce about how I feel at my best and perform at my best in my body and my mind. And that it's also possible for you guys because I've seen it. So let's get in right away. And this is something you can do anywhere. So this method is the reason I feel my best on a daily basis. And I do that after my kite session, after my workout, or just anywhere. I don't need anything. I just need my body to do those exercise. And what I love is that, again, you can do with your loved one. You can share it. You just need a flow and your own body. Remember, when there's good posture in your body, there's a symmetric in your human frame. You breathe better, you have more confidence, and you reduce stress. And you cultivate that flow state. So what would it feel to be your best in your body, in your mind, to find flow? I know some people who were supposed to have spinal surgery, and they were doing those exercises, and they actually were able to find balance in their body with this incredible method. Last summer, I had that girl, young girl, she was probably 15. She was always studying on her bed with a computer on the side, and she started developing bad habits, and she started having back cramp. So I worked with her, and she felt after a couple of weeks, she felt so much better. And her mother was actually thinking to get her under surgery because they've been doing a lot of tests. And that was another reason that I just wanted to help her so she doesn't have to go on the knife. So those exercises, and I call it the ELDOA method, you guys probably heard about, would allow you to breathe better, lower your cortisol level, lower your stress level, reduce stress on the muscles by normalizing this fascia and the muscle tension, managing and prevent injury by creating more range of motion in your articulation, improving blood flow, increase flexibility by giving you more space around those joint and disc, improve back pain, normalize visceral function, reduce degree of scoliosis, what I was telling you about this girl, and improve posture and balance in the body. So what is that method? Oops, a little further. So ELDOA is a French acronym, and I know we have some French speaking people here. So in French, it means élongation longitudinale, décoaptation ostéo-articulaire. Okay, in a couple of words, it means creating some space between you join in an articulation by muscle and fascia tension. In English, I could probably translate it in longitudinal osteoarticular decoaptation stretches, okay? Creating space in a joint and disc to normalize the fascia. That's why it was leading me to the next picture, because I want to just make sure you guys know what's fascia. Just a little recap from your years at school before. So the fascia is a connective tissue. It's mostly collagen and water, and it surrounds your muscles and your organs. So it's just below the skin. It's kind of like a bag wrapping that connects muscles, bone, nerves, and blood vessel in your body. So that's what allows everything to stay in place. Otherwise, with gravity, it would fall down. So you can see here the white layer around the muscle. Perhaps when you guys cut meat, you see this little white layer on your meat. This is the fascia. So together, the fascia and the muscles make something which is called myofascia system. Here we go. So by creating those ELDOA stretches with the muscles and the fascia, with the myofascial system, we will, one, decoap, creating space in that articulation, and two, affect the tissue, the ligament, the nervous tissue, and the organs associated with that joint. So let's get moving, guys. And I want to guide you guys to stand up, all of you. You can see my picture here. We're going to start creating some fascia tension, okay, from the heels down up to the crown of your head. So all of you stand up, feet hip width apart, legs are extended, arms are extended. You're going to internally rotate your legs from the hip, which means the big toes are facing each other. You're going to extend your arms, extend your wrists, kind of like if you want to give me a high 5 or high 10, spread those fingers open, and you're going to externally rotate your arm. So legs internally, arms externally. Chin parallel to your chest. Remember, good position, ear above your shoulder. And now you're going to create the fascia tension by pushing the heel of your hand down, and by imagining you want to push the crown of your head towards the ceiling. You also want to push your coccyx down, your tailbone down. So here, that's how we're creating the myofascia stretching, because we externally rotating the arm and internally rotating the legs and creating the tension. All right, stay in that position. You're gonna now bring your arms up parallel to the floor. Arms are still externally rotated, legs are internally rotated. You wanna push that coccyx down, okay? You don't wanna arch your lower back. So keep that belly button into the rib cage. You wanna align your lumbar spine. Chin parallel to the floor, so you might have a little double chin, okay? Still push through the heel forward and push your coccyx down and the crown of your head up. Stay in that position, keep breathing. Remember, breathing is very important. And then you're gonna bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Imagine you have a plateau on the top, a tray, sorry in English, on the top of your hand. Keep this external rotation with those arms and internally rotation with the legs, belly in, push the coccyx down, push the crown of your head up. Imagine you want to create some space between your spine, okay? Elongating the spine. Good, now you can release and relax. Okay, so here what we did, legs were internally rotate, arms were externally rotate. It's locked, oh, here we go. Okay, that's a little piece of cloth. Okay, so what happened, imagine that's a towel. You guys wanna get some water out. So you guys gonna rotate one side clockwise and rotate the other side counterclockwise. What's gonna happen is gonna create a tension in the middle and the water is gonna run down. It's exactly the same here, creating a tension between your myofascia. Remember your myofascia chain, creating a tension between your myofascia chain, between one hand and one other by creating that rotation and then tension. All right, so that was a fascia stretch. Now, we're gonna do a little mobility exercise. So you see here on the picture, legs are a little wider than your regular stance, feet are hip width apart. You wanna make sure you keep those hips facing forward. The hips are not moving, you wanna lock them. You can actually lean or stand against a table because you don't wanna move the leg. Chest is open, you're gonna extend one arm forward. Again, open your hand, high five, externally rotate that arm. The other arm is behind, also externally rotate. Chest is open, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you change, okay? So you're going from extending the right arm forward, left arm back, and then changing. So here, keep going. So here, what's happening? We're working on the mobility of your thoracic spine, all right? And if you keep listening the webinar, you'll understand why it's so important to keep mobility in your upper spine, especially in that thoracic spine. So this is a great mobility exercise, which I love, especially if you guys are active, if you're playing golf, tennis, kite surfing, windsurfing, anything, or if you just want to stay active, right? Because we spend too much time on the computer. So keeping that mobility on your upper spine is very important. If you're still doing the exercise, guys, you can relax. All right. So this exercise is mobility on the upper spine. Let me move to the next one. Here we go. So that's why mobility is so important, guys. We have different articulation. Well, actually, no, we have different roles in our articulation. Some articulation are supposed to be stable and some articulation are supposed to be mobile. So what happens when those mobile articulation as hips, thoracic spine, and ankle, when those articulations are not moving because of life, because of working, poor posture, what happened? Then we push, or we actually trying to find mobility on the other articulation, which are supposed to be stable. And that's when injury happens, because the stable joint or articulation are supposed to be stable, as they call it, right? So oftentimes, where are you getting injured? Your lower back, your knee, your shoulder, or your neck. So importance, mobility, this way we don't get injured in those other articulations. So now, let's guys sit down, and we're gonna create space between your thoracic spine, between T6 and T7 on your thoracic spine, where we just worked on that mobility, all right? So you can sit down, cross those legs. So this is one of the first ELDOA I'm gonna teach you, and it's one of the most amazing. Why? It's because T6, T7 for French, D6, D7, dorsal, is your middle spine, is your middle thoracic spine. That's the apex of your spine, of your thoracic spine, which means where you have the biggest curve. It's located just below your shoulder blade. So earlier, perhaps when you did this mobility exercise, you kind of like felt a pinch between your shoulder blade. So why it's so important to actually do the ELDOA on those articulations is because everybody just spent way too much time on the computer or sitting or reading rounding that upper back. So now let's do that exercise. Sit down, cross your leg, push your hip bone down, bring your belly button into the rib cage. Try to align your lumbar spine, so which means you're not arching your lower back. Push your coccyx down, keep that chin in. All right, let's bring both arms up towards the sky. So here the hands are together without creating pressure on your hands, right? Take a deep inhale, and then when you exhale, you're gonna push your fingertips towards the ceiling, and you're gonna push your knees down while you keep that lumbar spine, those lumbar spine aligned. So your entire spine is like a bamboo, pushing your coccyx down, pushing the crown of your head up, really lengthening the spine. Keep breathing. You normally hold your ELDOA for 50 seconds. If you guys have to let go before and slowly. If you guys can do longer than 50 seconds, it means you probably didn't create enough tension. Because if you create enough tension in that myofascia structure, you're gonna start being shaken. You're gonna start shaking, right? And then you're probably only gonna be able to hold it for 50 seconds. When I do my ELDOA, I'm shaking, I'm sweating. It's hard, right? It's not something easy, but it's so good for you. So this is my ELDOA for the thoracic spine. Now, did anybody of you ever had pain in your lower back? Yes, probably. So here, this ELDOA is L2, L3, L2, L3, my two vertebrae. So we're gonna create space between these two vertebrae. So here, you guys gonna sit down, just as you were. You're gonna extend both legs, okay? Full extension of the legs. You're gonna bring those toes up towards the sky. So not extending the feet, toes up. You're gonna think about pushing your heels in the direction of your leg, right? Now you're gonna give me an internal rotation with the legs, so the big toes should be even facing each other. Extend your arms first forward, external rotation with your arms, keep like the palm open, extension of the wrist, and you're gonna bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your biceps close to the ears, like you see on the picture. Keep your belly button in. We're gonna elongate the spine. Okay, here while you do that exercise, you wanna think about pushing your heels forward. You're gonna think about pushing the heels of your hands towards the ceiling. Keep breathing, guys. Stay there again, 50 seconds. Try to keep your chin in. Oftentimes what happens when we do the ELDOA, we actually bring the head forward. I call it turtleneck, right? You want to avoid that. You really want to push your chin in to align your spine from your lumbar, thoracic, cervical spine. Everything is in a long spine. Once you release, release slowly. This is like, your fascia is like an elastic. If you pull, you want to release slowly. Good. Now take a good breath. Awesome. So what happened here? We create some fascia tension, and it helped creating space between L2 and L3. But remember, your fascia is not only around your muscles, it's also around your organs. So we also help releasing the organ associated with that joint and that spinal segment. So here, for example, for L2, L3, we worked around the abdomen, the upper leg, your sex organs, uterus, or your bladder, okay? So you helped releasing the fascia tension in this area. Earlier, when we did T6, T7, it was mostly helping releasing the tension of the fascia around the stomach, the pancreas, the duodenum, for example. So it's good, for example, for some stomach trouble, heartburn, ulcer, and gastritis, etc. So ELDOA creates space between your vertebrae, but also release the tension on the fascia. So on the next picture, actually, you can see the relation between spinal nerve function and organs, or and the organs or some part of your body related to that area. So remember, one of the benefits of the ELDOA is creating some space between your disc, right? The articulation, could be also your shoulder, so it doesn't need to be disc. But it's also allow taking pressure off in the nerve in that area, right? So this is the reason I'm actually here showing you the relation between spinal nerve function and different area of your body. So now imagine you can get to maintain a proper posture and improve your mobility while you're working from home, right? Or while being stuck at home like we are right now. This way you can breathe better, your stress level goes down, and you can cultivate that flow state of mind. This way we can push the fear away. So now you guys have tools, right? To be more mobile in your upper spine. We did the mobility exercise to have more space in your upper back. We did the ELDOA for T67 to have more space in your lower back between L2 and L3. And this is going to reduce stress on the muscles and allow you to breathe better. Also, it's going to improve your immune system, so which means fewer chance to become sick and to get the flu. And by moving and breathing better, you cultivate that flow state. Right? So how easy was that? Do you think you guys can do that at home? You guys know it works for athletes, right? Who had surgery. For example, I had people with knee hips replacement. I had kids with significant trauma. I had pregnant women. We did some ELDOA. So I really want to make sure if you're pregnant and do your ELDOA, you don't want to do some exercise or below T10, okay? So now we did the L2, L3, that's okay to do it once. But once you get to do your ELDOA more often time, T6, T7 is awesome for pregnant women. There are so many also great for the cervical, for the shoulder, but anything below T10, sorry, you want to avoid to do. So some professional people are joining me. I have two chiropractor friends, Mark and Larry, and one osteopath friend. They joining me during my class, or I go there at their place. So now you guys know what is good posture, right? Just want to remind you, good posture, alignment. You guys know what can lead to bad posture, back, neck, shoulder pain, poor circulation, constriction nerve, migraine, poor breath, stress, immune system, poor digestion, and just entirely lower your energy. So now, do you think you guys can do this exercise at home by yourself? Yes. So you guys know how bad posture can be reversed, do you? So do you think you can apply this exercise at home that allow you to feel better and breathe better, to find flow? So now I want you guys to promise, you say promise? Yeah, to promise me you'll do this exercise, right? Because I have confidence that you guys can do that at home by yourself. Again, you don't need anything. If you have a mat, it will help, but it's definitely, I'm confident that you can take everything we covered during that webinar and practice by your own whenever possible. I know that you'll be able to take this information and you can do it to improve your posture, do the exercise to allow to breathe better and find that flow state. Now, if you guys want, If you guys think there could be another option and you want to work deeper, that's what we just did like in a 1 hour, that you think that I can play a role in your results and help you taking responsibility for your health. So what about if I can help you building a routine from your home that they stress your body, the mind during this time and help you cultivate flow? So if that makes a difference, do you think you would like to hear about what I can offer you? So it's up to you. Either you go and leave and do your exercise at home, or you stay with me and I can show you how I can empower you with everything I learned the last 20 years of researching for flow and mobility and health to help you to perform better and just to be healthier, right? So here is what I can help you. I can help you in improving your posture, unlocking mobility, enhancing performance, managing, preventing injury, all the benefits we've seen in the ELDOA by lowering stress, boosting your immune system for all age, sex, and level. Okay, so this is something I can offer. We can work together. If this is something that interests you, here is my offer to you. So we can do a one-on-one class. We can work together, have clients. You guys probably have a computer. You have like a webcam if you're watching me now. This is something we can do. We can work together on breaking from your limitation, because we all have different limitations. We all have different injury. And this is no matter your age, your skill, your energy, and your motivation. I will be here to hold yourself accountable for getting things done and meeting your deadline, right? I'll be like, hey, let's work out. We have a plan, we made, let's achieve your goal and invest into your health. So this would be like a one-on-one. And if the one-on-one doesn't interest you, wait, stay here. So this is something when we do one-on-one, we can work on your own ability, on your own skills, energy, according to your injury. I can give you all my professional advice. We can work from your own home with your own schedule. We can communicate easy through webcam, voice, and video, and I will keep you motivated. So I do have an investment. It's a one-on-one coaching. It's a 1 month subscription. It's $497, one-on-one private. We have 2 sessions a week. So this is a special webinar price. I will just keep it for you guys, and it expires in 3 days. So if you guys are interested to enroll privately in your health, you guys can go on my link. Oof, I didn't put the link. So I will put the link later. You guys go on the link. It's actually pretty easy. blossomfitlife.com/web as webinar. You guys can go on the link and book it. It's available for 3 days at this price, $497 US, 2 times privately a week. If you guys don't want to invest in a private coach where we can do one-on-one, I have a group class. I have an awesome group already set up. I'd like you to get to meet them. I know some of you are here, and we have classes every Tuesday and every Friday. It's an online streaming class. It's at 10:30 East Coast in the morning, Cabaret time, or East Coast, or 7:30 Pacific time. I think in Europe, in France, I think you guys a little later, I think you have 6 hours, 7 hour difference, but I'm sure you can figure out. Yeah, so here you guys can join the live stream. I also have like a special discount. First, before going there, let me just explain you how the group class goes. So first, we're doing like a full body warm up, just to make sure that those articulation and those joints are warm, starting from your heels, knee, hips, shoulder, and to the top. So we're working on mobility and stability exercise. You guys remember the different part of your body, which one has supposed to be mobile and which part is supposed to be stable. And then we practice the myofascia ELDOA exercise, and we create the space between the joint. We just warmed up. Okay, one thing very important when you do your ELDOA, you want to make sure your muscles are warm. And then we end up with a relaxation and a breathing cool down. Okay, so I have again a special deal for the group class. So here it's $171 for 2 months. Okay, so you have 2 months access to my class twice a week. And I'm gonna throw in a special bonus. We actually have 2 bonus. I'm gonna give you access to the video, the class. I upload them, I put them on YouTube, which means you can redo the class whenever you want, right? You can share them with your friend and you can redo them whenever. I also will give you access. You can book like a 45-minute call with me. I speak English, French, Spanish. My German is rusty, but I'm sure we can get along. 45-minute call. You can ask me any question about fitness, nutrition, ELDOA, fascia, stretching, mind coaching, and even if you want about extreme water sports. I've been an extreme water sport athlete for 20 years. So here's the link, blossomfitlife.com/web as webinar. Okay, so you can invest in your health right now and gain a better understanding of yourself and your body. If you look here, I remember having these 2 little kids, girl and the little boy joining my class. It was awesome, right? You want to create building habits from your home, and you can do this activity with your spouse, with your girl, with your kids, and you can set goal to become healthy. I will be here to hold yourself accountable to reach yours and your family goal. So now remember, if you register right now, you have access to this special discount. It's gonna be available for 3 days. So if you're wondering if ELDOA, either privately or group class, is something which is good for you, ask yourself this question. Do you feel you can spare 2 hours of your time per week to improve your health? Yes. Do you feel like you want to create new habits for the future? It's like it's something you want to practice now, and it's a lifestyle, right? We are not growing younger, we're growing wiser. So let's invest in those healthy habits. Do you think you could benefit from proper posture to breathe better? Yes, I think you can. And do you want to be a good example for your family to become healthy, right? For your kids to become strong men and women and healthy women. And if your health matter, this is something which is you want to invest in. So now I'd like you to take a moment and just think about the cost of not taking your health seriously, especially now during this time. So just take a little moment about what it's costing you of not taking your health seriously. So I want you guys to prioritize your well-being, okay? Either you do this exercise for you or you do it together with me. It doesn't matter to me, right? I want you to prioritize your well-being so you can feel at your best in your body and in your mind. And I learned that it took me a long time to learn that my health is the most important thing that I have, and I want to keep it that way. So also by having a healthy lifestyle, I can find that flow state more often, which means when stress happens, stressful situation, I can focus on something. I like to surf or play ukulele, so I can go into what I'm doing and create these flow moments which allow me to push fear away, right? So no matter what, guys, prioritize your well-being. I hope this webinar was helpful. Please give me your feedback. Send me a message either through my website, blossomfitlife.com. There's a contact button, or just info at Blossom Fit Life. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you liked the exercise. If I can help you, if we can create something together, don't miss out on the offer. It's only going to be available for 3 days. Same than the replay. I will have the replay available for 3 days only from today, 1 o'clock. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Merci Valérie. I'm not sure if you were French or English, sorry. So let me just post Blossom Fit Life. life.com/web. Okay, I think this www. Here we go. All right, you guys go enjoy the exercise. Do it. Please share it. Okay, please tell someone to do the exercise with you. This is my mission. I want to help you guys to feel in your best and to feel at your best in your body and your mind. Thank you. Guys, I hope to see you soon. Again, write me back how you felt. Bye, guys. Take care.